Hey everyone, welcome into the crossover symmetry demonstration. All these movements have the bands crossed over in an X. This is their strength routine, and we're starting off with the archer row. So you can see the bands are anchored high, the bands are crossed over in front, so there's an X in front of me. And I'm also adding these little pulses in the back to get more of a contraction, to really work on the mind to muscle connection so I can really feel what's working. You can start to add in some rotation here. In general, go for a high number of reps. You want to chase the burn. This is the pull down. This is targeting the tricep and the back muscles, and you will be tilted over somewhat as if you were in a deadlift position. So here's a side angle of that, and you can see I'm adding those pulses again in the back, going for about 15 to 20 reps, keeping my hands flat and the arms straight at the elbow to focus on the big back musculature. You can even see I round my back a little bit at the end just to get a little bit more of a stretch and kind of reverse the pattern I was just doing. Here's the tiger walk. Now, crossover symmetry recommends a pretty high number of reps. 40 reps, I think it said. This is really just protraction and retraction of the shoulder blade and the shoulder joint all at once. So really driving one arm forward and shrinking and shrugging one arm back simultaneously. They call it a tiger walk, kind of like if you see a tiger get low, you see those shoulder blades going up and down. So we want a lot of movement here. So I'm giving you a little bit of a demonstration here just to kind of see how much movement one could have at their shoulder blades doing these movements. But you can also see I have a little bit of an imbalance here. I'm working on a winging scap on my left side, so you might see that from time to time. This is the W, Y negative. So you make two letters where you pull back W, Y, and then lower down slowly. That's what the negative means. So lower for like 3 to 5 seconds. Hold each position at the W and the Y for 2 seconds. And remember, the bands cross over to make an X in front. And pay attention to where it's anchored. I was just showing you before it was anchored high. Now it's anchored low. I like to actually do both high and low for the W, Y negative. And remember, look at that. I was just shifting my body weight forward, and you can see again I just did. We want to make sure that we're close enough so that we're able to get our hands completely overhead. Like so, this is the snow angel. We want to be able to get those hands completely over our head. So if our shoulder mobility is limited, move closer to the wall or whatever you have the crossover symmetry anchored to. And remember, my left shoulder is a little bit out of whack. I'm working on that. Hence, I am filming myself. So if you've ever done these, I recommend filming yourself just so you can see if you unlock any imbalances. All right, this movement, this is the bear hug. This is more of just an active stretch for the back. Cross over the bands, turn around, and give yourself a big bear hug. Now moving on to A, T, Y, T. So you have 4 positions in one rep. Pull back to the A, to the T, to the Y, and to the T, holding each position for at least a second. I would go for 2 to 3 seconds just to really focus on the position and, again, that mind-muscle connection. Make sure you are close enough to the wall that you can get those hands behind your shoulders. You can get those hands behind your heads and have fun with all these movements.